Times Square, let's go.
In this video, I visit New York City, riding the subway, exploring some of its famous landmarks, and discovering what makes the city unique. Join me, and I'll show you what my visit is like, the highlights I experienced, and why it's worth seeing for yourself.
I'm back in New York after 6 years.
On this trip, I actually got to travel with someone that is very special to me.
Another day. Turistas.
We came to visit my cousin who lives here. We are getting ready to go up to one of the most well-known skyscrapers here in the city.
Here we're at the top of the rock. There's Central Park. Right there. Wow, looking really good. Central Park. Wow. New York City from top of the rock. Alright friends, check this out. Wow. There is Manhattan, downtown Brooklyn right there. See the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, the Statue of Liberty.
Top of the Rock at Rockefeller Center offers 360-degree views of New York City from Central Park to the Empire State Building, giving a complete perspective of the city's iconic skyline.
Rockefeller Plaza. The tree is being put up right now. It's not up yet, but it will be.
Only in New York City can you get all of the cuisine.
Aquí están las turistas, the tourists. Welcome to New York City. See. Waiting for the train here at New York Penn Station. With these two.
It's great visiting New York City with my mom and visiting my cousin. This video will be done in a non-linear format, and so everything that you'll see took place during different times in this trip. Technically, my cousin lives in Jersey, so we got to enjoy this local delicacy here. Before heading into the city, I had to stop by this coffee shop and somewhere else.
Alright, I have found the equivalent of Buc-ee's in New Jersey here. Wawa. One of the best places outside of Quick Trip and Buc-ee's.
I love Wawa. It's such a good place. Now, let's get going into the city.
Alright, we're coming up onto the main part of the Oculus here. You can hear all the subways. I mean, I got my AirPods in so I don't hear them as loud. Look at this place. Oh, ho, 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 ho. This is sick.
The Oculus is a bright wing-like transit hub filled with sleek white beams and soaring open space.
Yeah, this is a mall. There's an Apple store right there. That's One World Trade Center right there. Yes.
This building is tall. Where to next?
Alright guys, check this out. There's the Flatiron Building right there. It's getting a makeover on the facade. You can see, you can't quite see it, but they're moving some rocks around there. Not rocks, stones. It's getting a facelift because it's a very old building. So that's the Flatiron Building for you.
Sorry y'all, my phone was struggling during this shot. So this was filmed in November 2022. However, the repairs on the facade were completed actually this year in 2025.
Alrighty, getting a New York style hot dog, two of them actually. Time for an experience here. Yeah. I love that I get to experience New York City as a local. People think I'm a local. That's the point. If you want to experience somewhere, that's the best way you got to experience as a local.
Y'all, I have a quirky way of traveling. I am very minimal when it comes to traveling. I will travel like a local. It doesn't matter where I go.
Ooh, look at this nice place. Alright, let's go. Here is one of the fountains of
where the Twin Towers once stood. So this whole thing was one of the towers. And so here at the September 11th Memorial here in Lower Manhattan. All right, back behind me here is the other pole of the National 11 Memorial, September 11th Memorial. So you see here, this one's actually closed. The other one doesn't flow right there. It's an emotional thing being in a place like this where such terror happened almost 25 years ago. It's definitely surreal. This was under construction. All these buildings were under construction when I was here last time. So it's nice to see this area redeveloped here. All right, y'all, look what I found here. Spotify's headquarters here in the World Trade Center. That's right. I have a thing for public transit. I really enjoy riding metro systems. Experiences. Not every day gets a little. Yeah. The New York City subway is the easiest way to get around the city. It doesn't matter what part of the city you're in, you're always going to have access to the subway. Let's go in. Let's go. I think y'all will like this next place. All right, friends, check this out right here. That is Grand Central Terminal right there, and right up there is the MetLife Building. And then I got one more thing to show you. Let me turn up here. There's the Chrysler Building right there. All right, y'all, I'm walking here in Grand Central Terminal right here in New York City. As you can see, all this is a well-known famous train station here, and you can see all that up there. And I'm gonna flip the camera here, just like that. You see that right there? That's an Apple store. It's literally up there. Grand Central Terminal is New York City's historic transit hub, famous for its celestial ceiling, iconic clock, and majestic Beaux Arts architecture. With bustling corridors, over 60 shops and restaurants, it's both a travel hub and a must-see landmark. Check this out. This is an Apple store. Like this area right here. Like right up here. This is actually pretty cool. I was not expecting. It's like right. It's not even dedicated space. This is like the terminal, and there's an Apple store right here. This is pretty cool. Nice, very nice. Here in the midst of Grand Central Terminal. Yeah, this will get you to any place in the Northeast. Okay, there's the old timetables thing there, and then. It was only after editing this video I realized that this guy has said hi. MetLife Building, such a pretty neat, pretty neat. This place hits different for sure. All right, this may be the best view of Grand Central Terminal that I have. I'm like right in the middle of Park Avenue, but don't worry, there's a little island here. So check this out. And you can see the MetLife Building right there. Woo, that is nice. Pretty neat, huh? Well, let's go see some other New York City landmarks like the Chrysler Building here. And then here's what's called the Upper East Side, which if you're familiar with Gossip Girl, it takes place in this neighborhood of New York City. All right, the Met, or the Metropolitan Museum of Art. This is it, the famous steps where Serena and Blair sat. If you watch Gossip Girl, you probably know what I mean. I don't have long enough arms, but I'm sitting at the Met, just like the Gossip Girls did. Alright, the Met here at night. Well, it's only 5 o'clock in the evening, so, but it feels so late. Alright, here am I at the Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx. It's actually my first time in the Bronx ever. Nice. This is really cool. Here is the George Washington Bridge. This links I-95 from New Jersey over there to right here. This is New York. So there you have the Hudson River right there.
This is pretty neat.
We're entering the busiest subway station in New York City.
Here it is, the Plaza Hotel. Nice. That's where Kevin McAllister stayed during his Christmas time. And there's Central Park right there. Yes, you do hear cars honking. That's quite normal around here. Alright, let's keep going. Onward. Alright, for all of you Home Alone 2 fans, this is the real thing, the Plaza Hotel. That is fine dining right there. Registered hotel guests and patrons only, so I can't go in there, but it looks nice.
Let's grab another hot dog while we're here and visit this iconic Apple store.
This is the Fifth Avenue Apple Store. And yes, that's how you come in, like that. Check this out. It's actually a pretty big store. It's really nice. I like it.
Y'all, these stairs are so much fun to go up on. And lo and behold, who would that be? Your one and only.
Alright, I'm walking down the famous Fifth Avenue. A lot of luxury apparel here.
Definitely too luxurious for my budget. Let's check out this iconic place here.
Alright friends, check this out. There you have it. I'm on the Brooklyn Bridge. Pretty neat, huh?
Spanning the East River, the Brooklyn Bridge connects Manhattan and Brooklyn with iconic Gothic arches and sweeping suspension cables. Walking across gives unbeatable skyline views in a true New York City vibe.
There it is, closing in on Lower Manhattan here. Making my way downtown. Forget how the song goes. Making my way down. It's fast. Forget it. But I'm literally going downtown.
New York is one of the world's largest financial centers.
Alright, the Trinity Church. For any of you National Treasure fans, this is apparently where the treasure is hidden beneath these streets here. This is cool.
The New York Stock Exchange.
This area is so old. It's gotta be at least 100 years old. See this right here? That is the Statue of Liberty right there.
New York is more than Manhattan. I also got a chance to travel to Queens for a little bit. I've actually been here before on my previous trip. And then I also got a chance to check out more of Brooklyn, specifically Sunset Park, where I get a chance to go to a coffee shop and a pizza parlor. Such a good place.
Alright friends, check this out. The Manhattan Bridge, here in a neighborhood called DUMBO, down under Manhattan Bridge Overpass. It's an acronym. Lots of old rustic buildings here. Pretty neat, huh? Alright, this place is not named after the elephant, but here we are in DUMBO in Brooklyn. See people taking photos there, but yeah, you'll see this in Gossip Girl a lot. And then there's the Brooklyn Bridge right there. You got people here taking pictures, nice looking pictures too. And over there to your left, you see the Brooklyn Bridge. You see all that. Nice. For you Gossip Girl fans, this is where the Humphreys live. Right here. In this very spot. Nice. Alright
too. But if you see this around me here, that's Coney Island right there. I'm at a pier. Yeah, it's really nice. And then you can see, you can't quite see it because of the sun, but if I zoom in right here, it should be Far Rockaway is what it's called. And that is the ocean. No matter what side of the country you're on, the ocean's always a vibe. Here's a little better. And you can see the amusement park right there. Since I went to New York City in November of 2022, Coney Island wasn't operating. It normally operates in the summertime. I could only imagine how packed this place gets in the summertime. I just walked this whole thing. I'm done almost. The entrance is like right there. I need caffeine. Alright, we go. Check this out. Whoa, New York City is so awesome. Just look at the skyline. Right next to the Brooklyn Bridge. Pretty neat, huh? Alright, here I am in Times Square, New York City. Woo! We're starting to get into some places here. Woo! Getting ready to... Times Square is that way. Well, what do you know? Look who I reconnected with. My mom right here. Miguel, hola, ma. Oh, baby. Times Square, let's go. Look at this. Woo, here's my cousin and my mama. There's the ball right up there, and you can't quite see it. Yeah, I'm zooming into it. There we go. There we go. Look at this. Yeah, Times Square. Alright, y'all, check this out. Times Square is New York's iconic hub, packed with neon billboards, theaters, restaurants, and thousands of visitors every day. Pretty neat, huh? Woo! There's the Empire State Building. Woo! Y'all, this is the Empire State Building on the inside. Look at that. Woo! Woo, there's the Macy's right there. Let's go. Yes, that guy is waving hi. I came back to Brooklyn to get a view of this gorgeous nighttime view of Lower Manhattan and the Brooklyn Bridge. It is such a gorgeous sight to see. It was a joy seeing my cousin and just getting a chance to travel with my mom to New York City. It was a lot of fun. Alright, saying goodbye to New York City. Until next time, New York. Alright, that wraps up my visit to New York City. Walking these streets, riding the subway, catching those skyline views. This place hits you with a kind of energy you can't replicate anywhere else. What I love most is that every corner gives you something new. A story, a flavor, a moment you didn't expect. If you've never visited, hopefully you have the opportunity to do so. Come see it for yourself. Wander through the neighborhoods, try the food, feel the pace, and let the city show what it does best. Whether you're here for a day or for a week, NYC has a way of staying with you long after you leave. Thanks for joining me. In the next video, I'm taking you through my journey of visiting Buc-ee's, surprising finds, wild moments, and all the reasons this place keeps pulling me back. You won't want to miss it. If you liked the video, please make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Please drop a comment below too and let me know what you want to see next. I want to hear from you what I can do better or where you want to see me travel next. I am deeply grateful and appreciative of all who have subscribed. Thank you so much for watching these videos. My name is Joey with Jomo Travels. Have a great day, be kind to one another, and God bless.